Welcome back, my friendly friends, to more The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. Pharaoh Fiasco here, and last episode...
Been a good one, hasn't it? We've had a bountiful harvest and the demand's on the up and up.
Uh-oh. Well, they sent Dingo to Creil so we could care that what's about to happen to it happened. Because as you can see, this person is just a villager. There is nobody here we're that personally invested in.
And it'll keep going up because we have so many new farming techniques for 1209 and beyond. Next year's festival is sure to be better than the last.
I had loads of fun today, but I would have had even more fun if Lashkar was here.
Oh, why did Lashkar leave? So you could have a tragic backstory for any future games?
Tomorrow's the last day of the festival.
Yeah, I heard the car he was riding in broke down in the capital. It'll be okay though. He'll be here tomorrow for sure, so cheer up.
Who's that? Probably a perp.
Well, looky here. It's everyone's favorite reporter. Why are you walking around town all by your lonesome?
Uh-oh. Okay, well, we were kind of in denial towards the end of the last episode, but he's definitely not skulking through tunnels or anything like that or on the outskirts.
Why don't you drop by the bar and grab a couple drinks with me? The night's still young.
I, really shouldn't.
Now, dear, don't pressure the poor man. I'm sorry about him. He's just lonely because our daughter couldn't make it in time for the festival.
Who's, I'm sure we probably met her daughter, but...
I'm not lonely. She said she'd be here tomorrow.
Oh, it's that hot reporter guy. Hello. What's the latest scoop?
Dang. All the ladies love Dingo.
Perhaps he'd be kind enough to do another feature on our inn. Why don't you stop on by? Drinks are on the house.
Wow, being Dingo is pretty nice. You know, present situation notwithstanding.
Trust me, I'd love to. Unfortunately, I've got an early start tomorrow.
Uh-oh. His reporter senses are tingling. No, Melchior again? He just can't...
On second thought, I'll take you up on that offer. I'll be over soon. Save me a table.
Melchior just can't leave this place alone. But okay, Dingo, he's like... Yay! He's heading out, thankfully.
Sounds good. We'll see you there.
But the people here are so nice. Okay, I don't want to make it seem like the people here definitely didn't deserve what happened, even if we're not personally invested in that. Is that Dante's? What, does he play a harmonica or something?
Our moment is at hand, my fellow countrymen. We shall vanquish the knights and the noblemen, trample the enemy underfoot, and stain the palace floors with their blood.
Okay, what could...
Fancy seeing you here. I never thought I'd find you casually whistling La Racianaise.
So, is that another famous harmonica song? Like,
It's been some time since we last met, Dingo Brad. Though we did cross paths in Tharbad, albeit briefly.
What is, I've forgotten, I've forgotten what the name is. But it's been like 10 years since I played that game, so... Yeah, this guy. He... Big time...
If we exclude that little encounter, I haven't seen you since your days as a mere informant in Messeldon.
Yeah. And you were still Enrique's second in command back then.
Enrique? Is that the guy who was with Blondie back in the strip club?
I caught wind of your arrival here. I thought the idea was ludicrous at the time, and yet there you stand.
So, Dingo was chasing Dante's here.
So answer me this. What's your game here, Gerard Dantes?
You're a persistent one, I'll give you that. You've been following our trail for a long time now. And lo and behold, your dogged pursuit has finally borne fruit. Congratulations. I shall bestow upon you a reward. One far greater than any Pulitzer.
A front row seat to whatever weapon they're creating.
Let me guess. The sweet release of death, huh?
Oh, Dingo, he's like, I already know what time it is.
Well, yes. It truly is a pity. I do sincerely respect your investigative prowess.
So whatever Dingo found out, that's what was in that last message that he sent to Van.
However, before you meet your demise, I will offer you a glimpse of the end of time.
But like, why would they destroy Creil in order to kill one guy? I'm sure that's not the only end for this particular means. But, oh my gosh. But Dante's could also just take him in a fight. What is that?
Is that thing made of shards?
So shards are just the new OP, like, shards are just the next step of orbments. Anytime anything crazy happens, if it's not an artifact, it's the friggin' shards.
Correct. This is the artifact that Basel professor fell just short of completing. Or rather, this is a substitute for it.
Wait.
It's called an explosive lens, or so I hear.
So it's a bomb.
Alas, the professor met an untimely end before he could finalize a formula for the most efficient structure.
No, an explosive lens. This is the nuke, which is a bomb, but specifically a nuke. And he's just gonna... Whoa.
Though this shard-based replica will suffice, and I can detonate it with my sword. Its destructive capabilities are beyond compare. This little village will be history.
Are you insane? You'll get caught up in the blast too.
Ah, but I have an ace up my sleeve. Teleportation. Still, I'd place my odds of survival at 30%.
Well, how are...
But the thrill of the gamble is irresistible.
Wait! There are children here. Not even Adios could forgive such a heinous act. Please give these people time to evacuate. I'm begging you.
I'm afraid doing that would defeat the entire point of this experiment.
Right, he's trying to kill people.
Every living creature is equal in the face of true fear. Demonstrating that is my life's purpose.
Dingo really did die. Oh, my adios.
How fortunate that your camera can now connect to a Zypha. Though it will not save you. So why not drop it and fight to the bitter end?
Because I know I can't stop you. But thanks to this, I can pass the torch to those who will.
No,
Burn in the pits of Gehenna! Gerard Dantes!
Such bravado. Now take your final shots and die!
There's no friggin' way.
Van. Marielle.
Falcom, you friggin' menaces, dude. 5 games of the most insane plot armor ever, and now they're killing people off? I like Dingo, dude. I don't want him to die. Oh, wow. Yeah, no. Well, there's no way Dantes is going to be a party member. And even if he was, I wouldn't want him to be. This is that thing I keep talking about. November 19th, 12:08, 1:03 p.m.
I can't believe it. They managed to forcibly detonate the weapon.
So we just saw his final moments. But this is what I was talking about. I don't like Dantes because he killed somebody we were personally connected with. Like, we've played with plenty of people who've been murderers, and we didn't care because we didn't know who they were or who their victims were. So it's just as messed up. But I really don't want Dantes. I want to make sure that dude is dead by the end of this, because we got to get our get back for our boy Dingo.
This can't be happening. I see now just how capable he was.
So he slashed it and then teleported away.
He uploaded the footage to the Orbal network cloud by combining his camera and Zypha to distribute it across rural wireless networks.
And you know what? That's like, this, outside of the actual shard magic, that's something that anybody can do right this moment today. Take a picture with your camera and then have it immediately upload to the cloud. Which, it's kind of jarring how normal that tech is. But they still felt the need to explain how he managed it.
Had he not done so, the footage would have surely been lost.
And you know what's crazy? You can take pictures of something, have picture proof, and then people will still come back and deny it decades later. It's insane.
He was one of the most irritatingly charming guys I've ever met. He was charismatic as all hell.
They killed Dingo off! That's crazy!
Everything he did was perfect to a T, but he never let his talents get to his head. He probably knew this would happen, but he still didn't turn back. What was that dumbass thinking?
He died to get the truth out.
Van.
He did a lot for me and Nina.
Same for all of us as well. To say nothing of all the people in Creil.
This is so jacked up, dude, man. We gotta go get Dante's right friggin' now. He's probably 40 levels stronger than we are, but that dude needs to die. I don't care about no sad backstory. No nothing. How'd they figure out how to use a nuclear weapon? I thought they weren't able to finish it. Don't think they did. They had to have been pretty close to completion, though. And they must have been able to bridge the gap with the explosive lens and an artifact. They abandoned the scientific process and relied on brute force to achieve their desired outcome. And they trampled on the wishes of Professor Callahan all the while. I mean, he did, like, apologize in the end, but I don't think that, I wouldn't care about that personally. The guy was too much at fault for, yeah. So what are we going to do now? Kill Dante's? What else? A whole lot of people have access to this video. Wait, what? Oh, obviously it wasn't just us he sent it to. If Marielle's got her hands on it, then everybody at the newspaper's seen it. Not like it's been released to the public, but yeah, a lot of people have got their hands on it now. I can't believe the CID effectively resorted to blackmailing you just to get access to the video. What reason would Van have to not hand it over? Why would he want to keep this from Renee? They could have simply seized the server it was on and blocked access to it until we provided the password Dingo left with you. Regardless, they didn't leave us with much choice. Now it's in the hands of the armies and police's top brass, as well as the guild. I'm certain other nations' intelligence agencies and criminal groups have it as well. Yeah, if this were like a follow-up game, this would be about the point where people would start swarming Calvard. But because this is still Daybreak 1, this is all going to be left up to us. I asked Marduk HQ if they have it, but they just said they will get back to me when they have an answer. Yeah, because they realize Rosette, she's a little too close to the Spriggans now. Obviously they do. Like, the president has absolutely seen this. They are being coy, in other words, so I believe it is safe to assume they have it also. Who doesn't have it at this point? Like, all the previous protagonists of the other games and everybody they're close to, they've seen it. Doubt putting it out there was the CID's decision alone. I'm thinking there's a higher power at play here. The highest in all of Calvard. Huh? Why would the president want it? Why wouldn't he? This has to be seen. Like, this information needs to be out there. Not to the public at large, but definitely, like I said previously, the top brass. Dunno. But if he's making a big claim like that, he's probably got some idea of why he would. Though there's one thing we can all agree on. We can't let these guys get away with this shit any longer. You got that right. We just need to sniff out their next move. They wouldn't pull a stunt like this without a plan. There's gotta be a follow-up act. It fit with what that guy in the armor told us too.
Like I said, the real fun will begin at our next playdate.
Ain't no way. Yeah, you gotta die too. Talking about a playdate when Dingo is dead? Everybody's gotta die now.
In a joyous carnival of blood and violence, the likes of which the world has never seen.
Yes, the tragedy struck on the night of that very day. They must have already been preparing for the attack on Creil when we met him. Then they better be prepared to pay for it too. It's safe to assume they were fully aware of how everyone would react to this incident. Yeah, they wanted all eyes on them. Must have been what they were after from the word go. They manipulated Professor Callahan, and when they got what they wanted, they tossed him aside like a used rag doll. And they proceeded to use his work for the most heinous purpose imaginable, with flagrant disregard for human life. It makes me sick. Okay, again, Callahan knew full well going in that this is what he was making. I'm not gonna we're feeling the outrage that Catcher Fairy and Aaron all felt right now, but for Callahan it might be a little misplaced, but still. I still don't know what our best course of action is, but what I do know is that Dingo gave us a request that we can't refuse. He chose to leave that video in our hands, so I'm seeing this thing through. It's the least I can do for him. You guys good with that? Stuff's probably happening under the surface in Edith too. We can start by hitting up the notice boards while we keep our ears to the ground. We gotta figure out what the CID, the guild, and everyone else is up to. Makes sense to me. Then let's put our backs into it. So you've managed to make it this far without taking no for an answer. You do know this ain't got anything to do with you, right? Right, we never actually saw her join up. Au contraire, it's got everything to do with me. These are the same bastards who ruined the film festival, and I visited Creil for film shoots too. Oh, right. Plus, I've already signed a lease for a room in this building. I've wanted a second home for a while, both as a safe haven from the paparazzi and as a hideout for my, other gig. I mean, hey, I'm not about to turn away help when it comes knocking, but you're, gonna attract a lot of attention out there. Oh, you think I'll be recognized? Not to worry, I'm not third in a line of phantom thieves for nothing. Whoa! An image inducer. So what do you think? Impressive, right? Whoa, that's so cool! Sounds like a bargain bin comic book. So that's one of the tools of your trade. I wonder how it works. That'll do. Now you won't get busted the moment you walk out the door. Probably. Okay, gang, let's get to work. Same deal as always. One team stays inside and the other goes out, counting on everyone to do their thing. Chapter 5, The Restless Carnival. Oh my gosh. They killed Dingo. Ain't no friggin' way, dude. We'll go Aaron. Van's holocore was changed to Mare. You can change your holocore by pressing... Okay, well. Yeah, that's over for these guys. Soon as we get our hands on them. I think that's... Especially during the middle of the story?
Can't go wrong with any of them. See you again.
Pick something already. Take care out there.
I'm trying to think, what other major character death has there been in these games?
Quit dawdling and buy something. Stay out of trouble now.
Because, I wonder, we can probably... Okay, I'm gonna leave it that way just so we know, but... let's go to equip. No, she's not wearing costume jewelry or costume anything at the moment. We can't change it back. Well, I wasn't going to do that regardless, but because yeah, people haven't died. Like, you have a bunch of people who died before the game started.
Looking is always
Soul
free,
Chef
you know.
veggie drinks, something for her to be able to make.
Come back for more anytime.
Immediately make that. Judith learned veggie smoothie. So let's go ahead and borrow that, Yes. Uh-oh. What's this? Okay, I was like, there's no way that's a, I don't even know what they're called. Oh, we can't cook down here? Victor, Bogart, and the really good equipment? That's okay, we can chef up right here. Prime Beast Essence. We can actually trade for Prime Beast Essence. I'm not sure how Beast Essence works in a veggie smoothie, but let's go back to, yeah.
Looking is always free, you know.
No, we need to go to like a rare place.
Come back for more anytime.
So we should be able to exchange for Prime Beast Essence at the Orbital factory for some reason.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
So we have to talk to her first.
Do you know what you want?
Oh, neat. And I think we finished out Dingo's thing. He only had 3, and I'm fairly certain we went through all of them.
I hope to see you again. Do you know what you want?
Yeah, and we need Prime Beast Essence, just 1. Or let's make 3.
I hope to see you again.
Them things are expensive. Oh, you two. Correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you were gathering intel if memory serves. Yeah, we got in touch with Kaina. She was here in the capital at the time. But she said she didn't have any leads. We're just stumped. I see. Thank heavens there were at least some survivors. If I remember correctly, she's an acquaintance of yours? Yeah, Goddard over in Creil Village. He helped us out a bunch over the years. Oh! So Kaina was the other Orbital factory worker that we met. But I just don't get it. Why? Rebecca, Chris. We will stop them. I won't rest until that weapon is dead and buried. Alright, well we got what we needed. But so the Orbital, so we know of at least 3 survivors? Unless Kaina was also Ranji and Motona's daughter. So at least 2 to 3. So we'll make 1 of these.
Piece of cake.
Cures ailments.
See, I can cook too, you know.
And it restores a whole lot. All right, so that's enough putzing around. Oh, really quickly.
I'll take good care of it.
And then the Indigo fan, Vanta Claus.
I'll take very good care of it.
Oh, Hermes has one this time. But where are... Okay, there's nothing in Old Town.
What are we waiting for?
Go ahead and see what we've got here. Bermati. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be pretty torn up about this. Yeah, good times. This is one of your favorite spots, right? Full of the law-abiding and the lawless. Yeah, it's one of the best places to hit up if you're looking for info. Let's head in. All right.
Van, long time no see.
Whoa, they're here too.
Yeah, it's been about 2 months, I think.
Hey guys. Well, this is a shocker. You're looking well, Aaron. Didn't think for a second he wouldn't be. Austin told us about what happened. It's so awful. Yes, it is. Please have a seat, everyone. I'm sure we have a lot to talk about. So, you were acquainted with Dingo too, Jack? Yeah. I'm 5 years his senior, and even as capable as he is, he was kind of like a little brother to me. So he's 34. Or 33? I call the capital my home, while Jack's is in Longport. Meanwhile, Dingo's work led him all around the country. The 3 of us all had other careers, but we dealt in information too and got along great. Yeah, sometimes one of us would outwit the others, but none of us ever crossed the line like Giacomo did. Still hard to believe he's dead too. Giacomo got what was coming to him, but Dingo didn't deserve that at all. I know. That's why me and Hal are here. To help you guys figure out what Almata's up to. I've had some dealings with them in the past too, which is all the more reason I feel like I should be here to help. Huh? What do you mean? Well, we were involved in the events that led to Dante's taking over. Oh, that led to the ousting of Enrique? As I'm sure you've heard, Almata weren't half as bad before him. Yeah, the story goes that he was their underboss back in the day, then made their former boss pay the price for screwing up. It sounds like he got what was coming to him, and Dantes was never going to be satisfied serving under a 2-bit thug like him to begin with. Yeah, for being this big, scary mafia boss, Enrique was basically leading two things, Jack and shit, and Jack left town. Meanwhile, Dantes is as dangerous as they come, and he's drawn the ire of every major player on the continent. Yeah, having a weapon that powerful and flaunting it makes you persona non grata and public enemy #1 real quick. Yeah, it sounds like Heyue's elders are finally planning to do something about the problem too. I've heard rumors they're already making their move. About damn time. I wonder if that means she's working with them too. Word is that some famous Jaegers outside the Republic are also looking to get involved. The church and the society are getting ready too. These guys mobilizing. Makes sense the church would be acting, considering that bomb was blown up using an artifact. Sounds like it's not just the guys you'd expect either. I've heard talk that there's another armed group in the church on the move. So he's separate from the squires and people? That is interesting. I know they took part in Meal Mirage 2 years ago, but they don't normally interfere in other countries' affairs, do they? Apparently, they have been a lot lately, seemingly at the behest of whoever's at the top. I never associated the church with armed combat in the first place, so this is all a bit of a surprise. They do keep that on the hush-hush. I wonder what the society is after in all of this. It seems like they've been after Almata for a while now. Indeed, I've heard the Direwolf was pursuing Melchior for a while. It sounds like they were up to something in Tharbad too. I see. Perhaps there's some kind of shady connection between the society and Almata, or the gardens for that matter. At the very least, we can take some solace in the fact they're definitely not working together. It's hard to imagine how the current situation could get any worse, but I suppose that is something. Everything hinges on Almata's next move, I suppose. Yeah, the current deadlock ain't gonna last. Someone's gonna act out sooner or later, and I'm betting it'll be sooner. You can count on us when it comes to info. We'll let you know as soon as we hear anything of interest. Appreciate that. You guys just stay out of trouble out there, alright? Hal will be fine, but Jack's gonna have to avoid drinking himself into an early grave. Alright. Shit. Oh, wait! Before you go, you remember Marielle, the young lady who was always chasing after Dingo, right? I'm sure, man. Marielle might not go back to her old bubbly personality. You haven't seen her today, have you? Nah, afraid not. I haven't seen her ever since the emergency declaration was put into effect, come to think of it. She really looked up to Dingo, didn't she? The news must have been a real shock. I've heard she's been desperately seeking out information on what happened, but I'm worried she's going to get herself into trouble. I see what you mean. Alright, we'll try and keep an eye out for her. So, she's somewhere. Now, is he selling anything new? God dang, Jack, get out the way.
I'll take your order.
He is not. But let's exchange what little we got with him.
Come back and play soon.
Alright.
What's next?
So I think that was... Yeah, there's no actual thingamabobs for us to do here, but give me 1 second. So the bulletin board with Sister Philia there.
Now, what's it say?
So we do have a 4SPG. Could you get me home? That's all I can say here. I'd like to share the details in person. I'll be waiting at the first floor of the Orbital Cafe. Interesting. So this is how you go around accepting jobs, huh? There's still a lingering scent. Gotta check the other bulletin boards. So yes, ooh, wait, what? Oh, okay. There's a scene at the Bracer Guild and the Orbital shop, so that's why they're still red. That's why they're still red there. And we'll come back. We will very likely be doing that one first. And there's also a scene at the, so let's check this out first.
Nice to see you again. Huh. I see you've got a new recruit.
Yep, personnel keeps on growing.
Strange time for a new hire. Why do I feel like I know you from somewhere?
It's just your imagination. Oh, no worries. I get that a lot. Business has been booming lately, is all. Enough to justify splurging for another temp.
Well, you sure know how to pick the pretty ones. Hey, miss, ever wanted to go out for a dinner with an officer of the law?
Doesn't he have a girlfriend? Or did she break up with him over the Tharbad stuff?
You idiot, show some class. This isn't the place or the time.
Right, aren't you on the job?
Sorry. I was just hoping to lighten the mood before this conference.
Conference, you say?
The air's so heavy right now. I almost can't take it.
Is the conference on what to do about A?
Exactly that. We knew they were trouble, but I think we underestimated just how much.
For certain. Are you sure it's alright to be telling them that, sir? You're the one who brought up the conference in the first place. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have done it. It's not as though they're uninvolved in all of this. We knew Dingo personally, and they know that the video was sourced directly from us, so we might not always see eye to eye, but I think all of us are at least united in not wanting what happened in Creil to happen ever again. Sir, you're damn right there. Don't know how much we can contribute, but we'll do what we can. I can't help but wonder why they even picked Creil as their target in the first place. It does seem random. Like, maybe the whole innocent vibe that Creil has. Maybe the innocent vibe that Creil has was the point. It was such a beautiful, peaceful village full of kind people. There was nothing that made it stand out. There's been discussion in some circles that it might have been racially motivated. Wait, what? The mayor, I guess, was Eastern. Wait, I don't know. Something's like, I feel like he's like evil and despicable, but not in that particular fashion. I don't think he employs any Easterners though, so you know what? Maybe let's all hold off on that. Really now? It's not like this is the first time we've heard Almata's been funded by racist terrorists, so it's not implausible. Okay, yes, they might have, like, the people who wanted them to blow Creil up might have been racist, but Almata themselves, I really don't think that's part of their MO. The guy just wants to see it all burn. Now that I'm thinking about it, people do say it's got a lot of immigrants for a village up north.
Even that could be a pretext, I fear.
Okay, yeah, see, that's what Keelika and I are on the same page. Miss Ruron.
Good day to you, detectives. Arkwright Solutions.
Oh, and the sibling duo. You're all the way from Vante, huh? Funny how you meet someone for the first time and then just happen to bump into him again and again, huh? Yeah, definitely the Falcom MO. Yes, it's funny. I wasn't expecting to run into you again this soon either. Are the three of you here to take part in this conference too, then? That is correct. The President has ordered that the Army and the police work together on quelling this crisis. We at the CID will be serving as a bridge between the two organizations. Then your goal is to lure Almata out of hiding? That is one goal, certainly. Our first objective is ensuring the safety of the capital. Then we can begin the next phase of our operation. According to our expert sources, the artifacts in their possession thankfully don't give them the ability to teleport over large distances. Okay. That means it shouldn't take us that long to bolster the city's defenses. Huh. I don't need two guesses on who those expert sources are. Right. Leon and the redhead girl whose name escapes me. More shady people? You'll meet them soon enough. We're going to be working on more thorough measures to eradicate them, but those may take a while. In the meantime, we're going to have to rely on slightly more unusual measures to keep everyone safe. Which is why you decided to leak Dingo's video. And I doubt Heiyue is going to stay quiet. I wouldn't quite say we're trying to fight evil with evil, but at the very least, the army and the police may not be enough. So the president believes. Should we really be hearing all of this? I understand how you feel, but keep your head down and listen. This knowledge could be useful to you someday. So is Renee with the president? I'm assuming so, since he's got the fancy temp title of presidential aide and all. He is. He's currently on loan to the president, serving as our point of contact in his vicinity. I'm confident that he will do a first-rate job, though I can't help but worry about just what that entails to an ambitious man like him. Yeah, I feel you. And honestly, they might, now that we know that nobody, well, not nobody is safe. I doubt anybody in the main party is going to die. But if somebody else does die during this, I can definitely see it being Renee. Oh, right. I have a message for you from you-know-who. He says that the group sealing off the mountains to the south of Longlai is acting off. And this is from me. If you're going to meddle, just be careful. Thanks for the heads up. Give him our regards, too. That's Ikaruga, right? Great. Not those monsters. The last thing we want is more trouble right now. And then, okay. It's almost time for the conference to begin, Inspector. Got it. Are you ready, Miss Roran? Of course. Let's be going. There they go. Now, I can't pretend to be a fan of the work you do, but I know you're trying to stop this madness as much as we are. We're going to do the best we can in our own way. You should do the same. That goes without saying. And there they go. Okay, so a big conference to find out what to do about A. And they're also going to try to suss out what's weird.
Let's see what we've got.
Bounty in the waterworks. Okay. Gandaluva Omega. Yeah. So we'll definitely be handling the Gandaluva, but that's after we hit up Orbital Cafe Iota. But even before Orbital Cafe Iota, I guess we've got to go ahead and check in on our Bracer buddies, who are the other way, and not the way that I was going.
One girl's courage will change history.
But yes, definitely want to go see what Beauty's Blade thinks of all this, if she's even here. Oh.
Figured you'd come by eventually.
Hey. I can't say I'm surprised. You all feel compelled to act too, I take it?
Alright, well, and that explains why Ren is here. Yeah, looks like you guys are real busy here. Supremely, the two of us were out of town when it happened and had to rush right back. We have to go back out again soon, though. I wasn't expecting to find you here too, Ren. You must have left extra early. It seemed wise to come and exchange information on what Liberl and the Society are up to. Compare notes, make sure that they're not involved. I take it you all are here for the same reason? Yeah. Sorry for eating into your time, but can we talk for a bit? We can always make time for the, Ooh. So this is our little conference. So the whole region around Creil really did get locked down by the army, huh? Can't say I blame them. It's to the point where not even press or the bracers can get close. Everyone gets the same stock response from the authorities. There are no confirmed survivors among the villagers or visitors. So if there's nobody left, why are they keeping the area under lock and key? As it so happens, the 3 disciples are rushing to the scene. All 3 of them? All 3? Not just Professor Hamilton? I can't imagine they wanted to reunite under circumstances like these. This can't be any ordinary post-disaster investigation then. So, yes, if all 3 disciples are rushing towards it, then there must be something crazy there. Maybe remnants of the weapon that Dante's used? Indeed, and I'm sure Katra knows why as well. The initial devastation caused by nuclear weapons is not the only reason why they are forbidden. Following detonation, radioactive particles will blanket the blast zone. While still theoretical, it's thought this radiation will cause horrible chronic damage to both organisms and the environment. Yeah, it won't be theoretical for too much longer. So, the Creil, it's, oh wow. They Hiroshima'd it. Given all that, I can kind of understand why the army would be mobilized to seal off the area. But, and I guess that means, because I was thinking maybe we're gonna sneak back into Creil, but we're not trying to get irradiated, so that's really the end of that. Unless they invent hazmat suits that we're gonna fight inside of.
Yeah, but we're talking about a village being blown away here. By our principles and for the sake of public safety, the guild can't ignore this. That's why high-ranking bracers from all over the continent are starting to gather in Calvert.
So there's, I doubt we're gonna see those high-ranking bracers, but on top of many A and B ranks, word has it that the head branch in Le Mans is considering sending an S rank as well.
Pulling out the big guns and putting them in charge, huh?
Actually, no. An S rank in Le Mans State. We probably know who it is, but nothing comes to mind.
Those of us already here will go after Almata while the newcomers cover the capital and other areas in need.
I may even call in some personal backup. Yep, Class 7. Well, I say that, but knowing them, they may already be on their way.
Oh?
It must be the... whatever they're called from the Empire. There's so many of them. By the way, I noticed Elaine isn't here. Is she out on another job? Yeah, I was expecting to talk to her.
Yeah. The idea is to handle as much work as we can before we dedicate ourselves to rooting out Almata.
Ah, handling all the light work.
So she's handling some stuff elsewhere in the capital right now.
I'm a little worried about her, to be honest. Does she like Dingo a whole lot, or does she have family in Creil?
What do you mean?
Everyone was shocked by what happened to Creil, but Elaine seemed especially shaken. She rushed out right after to start working and gathering information like a woman possessed. That's disconcerting. If she had family in Creil, Van would probably mention that or think about it.
We've all been there on jobs plenty of times, so she's probably just rattled. But if you see her around, check in on her, alright?
Will do. If I may, I'd like to address a certain elephant in the room. Or should I say the actress? You've snagged quite the famous employee. Of course Ren sees right through it. I'm surprised you can afford her day rate. Are you filming an advertisement for the office or something? Ooh, me? Oh, hello everyone. How did they see through me? You know what, Judith? It's actually, they instantly saw, it's just a thing. Don't mind me, I'm more of a secretary than an assistant anyway. I believe Rosette has both those positions covered.
I ain't paying you shit, just so we're clear.
Right, I mean, everybody here is poorer than she is. Well, maybe not Agnes. Or maybe not Katra either. At least try to cover for me.
Well, I haven't received any stolen item reports, so I see no need to meddle.
At least you don't have the same gaudy sensibilities as a certain other phantom thief I could name. I agree with you both. She really is bad at hiding it, isn't she? Right! Talk about folding instantly!
How she hasn't been called out yet is a mystery. The eye of the storm won't last for much longer. We'll do what we can to make use of that video and the info you've given us on the Gardens and Almata's execs. Don't mention it. Anyway, we'll leave you to your work now.
Van, please wait. Was that journalist a friend of yours?
Yeah. Knew him for about 5 years. I remember helping you two strike a deal half a year ago, coming to think of it.
Yeah, we learned all about that in Reverie. That you did. I worked with him many times and truly owe him a lot. The world lost a wonderful person. I really still can't believe Falcom killed Dingo off. Ren.
For now, all I can say is this. We won't let the gifts he left us go to waste, no matter what.
I'll work toward the same goal then. We're absolutely getting back for Dingo. Going full scorched freaking earth on these guys.
One girl's courage will change history.
And if Elaine is probably... No, we don't have any blue things. But I'll make sure to check for those.
Oh, that's great.
Should we do some shopping?
What do you have today?
Yeah. See, that's why we have to make sure we check in.
I can handle any maintenance.
And we're probably just about maxed out for these.
Thanks for being such a good customer.
EP cost minus 40.
What's next?
Thanks.
There you go, buddy. Ooh, and a fancy... Wait!
Yay!
Oh, well... So, I'm sure on a max, on like a run where you get everybody's, if that's even possible, you probably aren't supposed to finish Yume's this quickly.
You're Isla, right? You wanted to hire us? Van handed her his business card.
Arkwright Solutions. So you're the Spriggan. I can't believe I'm actually meeting you. You'd think you were meeting a celebrity or something. Yeah, I'm sure Judith knows that starstruck expression. Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you. It's just that I've only ever heard rumors about you. I wasn't even sure you were real. I'm so glad you came. I didn't have anyone else to turn to. Would you tell us what the job is about? Oh, of course. But could we discuss this someplace else? Just let me ask my boss for permission to step out for a moment.
So the job description mentioned you wanting to go home?
Yes, that's right. My parents called this morning to inform me my grandmother, who's been hospitalized, is in critical condition. She's been in the hospital for quite a while now, so I'm worried it might finally be her time. I can understand why you want to see her so badly then. The issue is that my home and the hospital are both in Anchorville City. How are we supposed to... Well, I actually have no idea how far away Anchorville is, so let me wait to see what they say. I know what I'm asking is unreasonable since we're not allowed to leave the capital right now. Oh, she wants us to smuggle her out. And it's why I couldn't go to the guild or anyone else about this. She wants to break the cordon. I understand your reasoning in coming to us.
There are checkpoints set up around the city, though, aren't there? Can we even get through those? Before we'll decide if we take the job or not, I want to hear something from you. The state of emergency was issued by the government and applies to everyone in Edith. You'll be breaking the law if you try to leave.
Are you ready to go to jail to see your dying grandmother?
That's the kind of thing that goes on your record forever if you get caught. Might even screw up your chances of working in the capital. That being said, are you sure you really want to do this?
I understand that, and I understand the state our country is in right now. But this might be the last time I ever see my grandma. I'd never forgive myself if I just sat here and waited for it to happen. I want to at least try to see her one last time. If the worst really happens, I'll have to live with the fact that I never even got to say goodbye to her.
Yeah, and it does suck. I understand where she's coming from.
Isla. My parents said they'll come and pick me up outside the city if I can make it that far. All I need to do is make it out of Edith. Well, I say all like that's not the hardest part.
Got it. I can tell your resolve is strong. As for us... Yep, let's do it. We're happy to help you see it through. I'll drive you to Anchorville myself, whatever it takes.
Oh, thank you!
Judith, Agnes, can you come with us? Probably gonna be a rough ride, so some emotional support will come in handy.
Absolutely. I wasn't planning to leave you alone with her in the first place.
Everyone else can stay here and keep an eye on things, gather info and stuff. I'm counting on you.
Works for me. I'll keep you updated on the traffic information while you're out.
Thanks. Okay, we're heading out.
So are we just gonna drive in the underpass or something? With the approval for her request secured, Isla quickly finished packing and she joined Van, Agnes, and Judith in the car. So her employer is also fine with this. Once everyone was on board, they set off for the expressway.
Time to go solve some problems.
I guess we might get into a fight? I'm not sure what the content of this request could even be. It's easy to just say that everything is fine. A little too easy, really. So instead, even if it's only a little, I'd like it if you shared some of your worries with us. Thank you. That means a lot to me. You don't have to force a smile, but sometimes it's an important step to convincing yourself that things really will be fine. That you can do it. That you can overcome the trials before you. You know, I swear I've heard your voice somewhere before. You're just imagining it. She's just got one of those voices, you know? Really now? Though, everyone out there has got a voice twin, I'm sure. Right, Vanna's like, come on. Looks like this fun little chat is over for now. The first checkpoint. I didn't think they'd be watching the entrance to the expressway. How do we get past them? Okay, so here's how we do it. Will lying work? Because using force just seems like putting too much of a target on our backs, right? Now then, shall we? Where are you headed? Yeah, because I think we're delivering supplies to the folks in the city continuing their peace activities. See? Even have ID. You can check out our cargo, too. It checks out, and there's no problem with your cargo either. That being said, those three women don't look like delivery personnel to me. Is that what? A delivery person? That's so crazy. What makes them not look like delivery personnel? Okay, she is dressed a little fancy for this. Look, I get what you're saying, but basing things off of gender or how someone holds themselves is a little old-fashioned. Right, I was like, that seems really sexist. The four of us want to be helpful to people in a trying time. There's no lie in that. If you want, you can confirm it with our contractor. And not that I'm at liberty to say who that is. My apologies. That's right. Just go ahead and insinuate and imply and let them fill in the rest of the blanks. Keep up the good work. Go on ahead. Thanks. And you too. Alright, so that was it then. So the next time we might have to use force then. Oh, there's other trucks out here. I thought my heart was going to jump out of my chest. I was definitely anxious for a moment, but Van's silver tongue saved the day. I'm impressed he came up with that cover story on the fly. You even had an ID card to back it up. I'm guessing that's not the only one you have? Yep, you can't deny they come in handy in times like these. Hey, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You might have been in a bind if you didn't have it. Alright, now all that's left is to get out of this city. Wait, isn't there another checkpoint when we get off the expressway? Yeah, when we get there, I think the best plan's to... hide among the large trucks, maybe? Yes, that might work. Just try not to stay too close to the trucks or we might cause an accident. And remember that if we're too far away, we'll be spotted for sure. Wait, isn't this plan kind of reckless? I mean, we're already way too involved now. That was a close one. We were almost scarily close to that truck. Still, at least the plan worked. We managed to get out of the city like we wanted to. Where exactly are we now? It's an old road that barely anyone uses since the expressway was built. It's not technically a secret path, but it might as well be. That explains it. Uh-oh, it looks like the police certainly know of it. This must be the final obstacle standing between us and the suburbs. Okay, well, lying worked the first time, so maybe using force here? Wait, you can't mean to... We've gotten through a few checkpoints now. It's possible they're onto us at this point.
If that's true, they're gonna arrest us if we stop here. So we've got no choice but to force our way through? If that's what you think is best, I'm ready for it. I'm not afraid as long as I'm with all of you. Oh wow, to think you'd come to trust us that much in so short a time. You've both done so much to reassure me while we've been together. At this point, I don't even know where I'd be without you. In a jail cell. Aw. Of course, we wouldn't have got this far without your driving too, Mr. Arkwright. It's fine. I'm used to it. Anyway, if you've steeled your nerves, then we're ready to go. We're going to reunite you with your family, whatever it takes. Thank you all so much. I'll never forget the debt I owe you. Easy. Save the thanks until the job's done. Okay, let's do this. Don't bite your tongue. I guess we'll know if we got it right or not. They soon reach the outskirts of the city. Okay, and her parents are gonna, yep. Isla's family came to meet her, and upon entrusting her with them, the job was considered complete. Before departing, however, they said that they were praying for her grandmother's safe recovery. They also suggested that Isla stay in Anchorville until the national situation had calmed down. Right. Basically on an L away from her job. On the way back, they decided to rely on Caxtra and Rosette's analyses and navigational expertise. And through some effort, they were able to find a safe but slow route to make their way back into the city. Yeah, with no time pressure, it was a lot easier to do.
Looks good to me.
2 SP. Seems like we nailed it. It's nice that I'd have to repeat it for once. Ooh. Chaos Bringer. Obtained mere chaos. I think that's about all the information we're gonna get for now. Well, at least we managed to learn a lot in a short time. Yeah, but it's all pretty darn grim. Oh, I got a message from Renee. Maybe he's got some useful Never mind. It's just a monster extermination request. Last stop destruction. Behemodyne. Auber district. So this is gonna be our first time in the Auber district then. Wait, really? Where? Ah, so it's in an abandoned subway line underneath the Auber district. Isn't that the place where the cathedral and that famous academy are? Oh, so that's where her school is at. Wait, don't you go to that school? I do, yes. Anyway, this hardly seems to be an appropriate time to be sending out such ordinary requests. You're telling me, is he trying to keep us away from the conference? Well, whatever. Work's work. As soon as we're done here, let's head on over to the Auber district. To advance the main story, select Auber district. Okay. So we're going to check for... Now, yeah, but I'm also going to check to make sure Elaine's not blued up somewhere with a, you know, like a blue arrow. Alright, we're about to go ahead and put some heaping helping a hurting on this thing. Open up one of these. Lost Forte. Shouldn't be anything too difficult to deal with. Oh!
You'll be sorry.
Shield Ideal Force. He'll crest us. Now we're ready to get to work on this guy.
Here goes.
Do we have anything that... Not just yet. Because we do want... Uh-oh. Anybody but her would have been nice. This critical. Get some. Alright, so she's set. And there's no reason to wait. You immediately want to go ahead and get our S boosting up.
Thanks, I'll take that.
Here goes.
Definitely want to work with Aaron because he's closer to being able to also do as much. Golden. So this thing's not very scary at all.
Only problem is we don't really have anything that can harm it.
My move now.
Uh-oh. Impede with a side attack bonus.
This'll hurt.
Doesn't look like we can get both. Oh well. We tried. Just barely couldn't line it up like we needed to. Oh. Well, that's excellent. The stun.
It's go time.
She'll also work with us.
Sucker.
You're up, Aaron.
And we don't have anything. Like, we're really. The food that we've got. It ain't all that grand.
All you on, yes.
Oh well.
Activating skill.
Defense downed.
Deploying
Alright
shield.
then. Yeah, we don't need to take it so seriously with this. We're actually about to be in there.
Have some more.
And Aaron, it'd be. Uh-oh. This crit. Oh, just barely not enough. We're gonna need to make sure we're sped back up.
You've got this on, yes.
One aura breath. She's so fast with it. Ooh. And that was right on time. And we're getting. Oh, he's paralyzed. Alright. In that case, let's try burning him. Uh-oh. God dang it. Might suffer a death here. No, just barely didn't. And the avenging arrows can miss. Well, that's good to know. Now, if Agnes can't go before this guy does. Yes, as long as we can aura breath, we're completely fine. No worries whatsoever. That stun into the Grim Knight Waltz.
Boost gauge expanded.
And Aaron. Okay, he can just not do anything. Alright. There we go, level 53 for her. Aegis Shield.
That's one drop behind us.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Too easy. And then we'll be able to head to the Auber district. One additional free time point was added for completing all the 4 SPGs.
What's next?
So now we can hang out with everyone. I'm actually very curious about Hermes's, especially because hers needs 130 for the next connection level rather than 100. But we can do both. Van's group decided to take a short break. Looks like it's raining out. A bit of a shame for this time of year. Wonder if the goddess is crying somewhere out there too. For Dingo? Maybe. What am I doing getting all sappy? I should just get up and grab a bite. I was so busy this morning I didn't even have time for breakfast. Don't want to keep everyone else waiting though. Better make it something light and quick. Oh, he's hitting up Hermes for delivery? Alright, well.
Here's your delivery.
He's probably gonna invite her to stay and eat. Thanks. I appreciate you being so quick. Don't mention it. I get my customers what they need ASAP, rain or shine. Why order food, though? You could have just gone downstairs and eaten with everyone else. But anyway, it's just you right now? Yeah, I just got back a little bit ago. Is Van not going to answer that very... I mean, it's a good question. Gotcha. Could we talk outside once you're done eating? Only if you feel like it, of course. No pressure. I know it's raining and all, but we can work around that. Well, this is a surprise. Wasn't expecting you of all people to ask me out today. Come in and have a seat on the couch. I'll get you a drink. I'll be done with the food real quick. So what does Hermes need? Oh, do we have to talk like this? Traffic's lighter than usual.
Though I guess the roads aren't usually busy this time of day. True, but I imagine a lot of people are staying indoors due to the emergency declaration. Also, I doubt many are in the mood to go out and have fun right now. Listen, thanks for thinking about me, Hermes. Oh, she's trying to cheer him up. But I'm fine, really. Are you trying to convince me or yourself? I'm upset about what happened to Creil too. The people there were always good to me whenever I dropped by for work. Yeah, they welcomed everyone who showed up to their doorstep, even if you were an outsider or a Jaeger, which is probably how their immigrant population got so high. Their kindness and hospitality touched on Yes, Ferry and I when we went there a couple of months back. I hear he stopped by there a lot too. You're talking about your reporter friend, right? I worked with him many times over the years. He was a good man. The world's a poor place without him. We should never take today for granted because no one's guaranteed a tomorrow. Ain't that the truth? You and I both understood that. And yet you're preparing to fight the people who took him from us. You're going to stop the Mafia from stealing the futures of countless others like him. That's the decision you've made as Van Arkwright, isn't it? I'm not going to ask why you came to that decision, because I already know the answer. You're not the kind of person who runs from adversity. You tackle it head on. Never thought I'd hear something like that from you, of all people. Think you've got me all figured out, huh? We've known each other for a long time now. I'd like to think I've got your number at this point. Huh. Guess I'm slipping then. I'll have to do a better job keeping up the mask. Can't have my assistants worrying about me. Hermes? I don't know. She strikes me as a secret, someone who would turn out to be really good in a fight, but we'll see. I know there are sides of yourself you don't want your assistants to see. But remember this, Arkwright. You aren't the only one who wants to help others. There are people in your life who want to extend a hand to you, too. Got it. So she just had to go ahead and make sure he was reminded of that. The rain's finally letting up. It should be a smooth ride from here. Oh? You heading out of the city? Somehow? Yeah, I've got an urgent delivery to make, so I'm going to get it done now. Need a hand? I doubt it'll be easy to get out of Edith with the emergency declaration in effect. I'll be fine. They should have been told to expect me. Okay, well she's actually on official business, whereas we were just lying about it. Okay then. You're a pro courier, so I'm sure you know what you're doing. Safe travels. Same to you. If you need help with anything, just give me a call and I'll be over before you know it. I look forward to your continued business. And you'll have it. Peace out. Thanks, Hermes. She's such a good person. Van then made his way back to Edith, and upon reuniting with the others, got back to work. And I doubt we'll... Oh, what's this? You're right on time. I just came out onto the highway. Thanks to your help, I was able to get through the checkpoint without issue. There's a whole lot less traffic on the roads than usual, so I expect I'll reach you a little ahead of schedule. Excellent. I will be waiting. I wasn't sure if you would be able to oblige our requests, so I am pleased you have been able to. I'm well aware you're against the clock. Saying no was never an option. Especially since I'm connected to this project too. I'll make sure these parts are delivered. I swear it on my name as a courier. Wait, what? Don't tell me she's working with Almata! I'm sure you will. I trust in your abilities. As long as the parts arrive safely, I have no specific instructions on how you deliver them. I'm counting on you. Contact me again once you arrive. Understood, Professor Cronkite. Oh! So, that's why she was able to get through? She's working on...
Don't be a stranger now. Maybe if you're ever up for it, we can ride around somewhere.
She was able to move out under, the president's orders.
I see.
What's next?
We got this one last 4SPG, the Behemodyne. But give me 1 second. So our very first hangout time with Judith, Arkwright Solutions, Complicated Matters Only. Thanks for letting me borrow this. There's this movie I've been dying to watch again. Oh, a bit of piracy? Don't mention it. I don't mind lending it to you while we don't have anything going on. Just don't break it or anything. I've got a lot of files on there I'd rather not lose. I can handle electronics just fine. I'm not fairy, you know. And don't worry, I won't tell anyone if I find your search history by accident. On second thought, give it back. Van seems like the kind of person who would know not to be horny on main. I'm kidding, Van! Relax! Anyway, why don't you stay here and watch the movie with me? You don't mind the company? Not at all. And it's a really good movie. But word of warning, it's kind of an oldie, so it might be a bit boring for you. I think I can trust Calvert's biggest actress's taste in movies. So they've got Orbital streaming already. I thought they were going to be watching it on an Orbital DVD or something. Alright, move over. Let's see what you've got. Ooh, black and white. Huh. I think I recognize this. Is that Creil? Is this why Judith was so attached to Creil? Oh, you do? We can watch something else if you want. Nah, today's a good day to watch this one. That's good, because I'm really in the mood to see it today. The two of them settled in and started watching the movie together. Eventually, the last of the credits rolled on screen as music played quietly in the background. Okay, so I'm not sure how accurate this is, but I've heard that it's really common in Japan to actually stay to the end of the credits, whereas it's not you're up and out of there as soon as them. Well, Marvel movies or superhero movies in general with an after credits scene, that's what you're staying for, though. You don't care about the people who actually made the thing. Yep, still a good movie. This one first came out 20 years ago, yeah? Man, it's been a while. Motion pictures were still new back then. So movies have been around for 20 years. Has anybody in Liberl or Crossbell ever talked about a movie ever? Or Erebonia for that matter. But movies are 20 years old? Okay. So what is no movies? So there's no movie theaters in Zeiss? There's no movie theaters in Zeiss? Okay. Uh-huh. I was barely a toddler when it came out. I watched one of its theatrical reruns with Mom back in the day, but even that was a while ago. The photo, I think, okay, it's been a while since I've played the game, but don't Estelle and Joshua kind of gush over the technological marvel that was Dorothy's photo quartz? Watching it again, I'm pretty confident in it being one of my all-time faves. Not what I would have pinned for your favorite, but a masterpiece will always be a masterpiece. It's kind of a strange romance story set in a quiet little country town. The cinematography's definitely dated, and you can tell that they didn't have the biggest budget when it came to props and costumes. But I still really love its atmosphere. Yeah, the cast's performances and the director's skill shine through despite that. And they filmed it in Creil. Yeah, so I was right. Even if you've never been there, it's hard not to feel a certain yearning for the place. Is it weird to feel nostalgia for a place where you've never been before? Because that's how it felt when I first went there. You've been to Creil before. Creil is every single first town in every single JRPG. No, I get what you mean. I filmed there once before. I was so excited when we finally arrived that I kept flubbing my lines. Had to do a lot of retakes. Our director wasn't happy with that. But when I think about it, this is what drove me to become an actress in the first place. This movie is what inspired her. I always wanted to film something there. Wanted the chance to make something that one day would mean as much to someone as this movie does to me. So much for that dream, I guess. Well, you have filmed something there, and it's probably had a super duper impact on somebody. I'm sorry. It's fine. It just means I'm all the more determined now. Van, we've got to settle the score, whatever it takes. We, huh? Finally decided you're part of the team? Can't take it back once you say yes. I wouldn't. I'm part of the team now. We can't let ourselves lose to that fear nonsense that dumb mafioso was talking about. We'll make it up to everyone that suffered because of them. They deserve to feel safe and happy again, and we'll make sure they do. And that's not just Phantom Thief Grimcat talking. I mean it as Judith Lanster, too, the movie actress. Okay, you're getting a little sappy for my taste. Turn it down, Miss Intense. It's kind of contagious, though. Maybe we need more of that energy around the office. Welcome to the team, Judith. Glad to have you here. Damn right you are. Feels good to be here, too. Oh, Creil. Don't worry. We're gonna make Dante's pay. Their hearts full of newfound determination, Van and Judith rejoin the team and resume to their patrol.
Don't think you'll be stealing this Phantom Thief's heart anytime soon.
Hot-blooded strength and +7 and arts attack +7. Oh. But they're serious about that. That's crazy. 20 movies were 20 years old. And you know what? Was there a movie theater in gosh, I forget what it's called, but where Rhineford is based. No movie theater there either. The Entertainment District, no movie theater. But you know what? That could have been... They did have giant moving screens. I'll give Crossbell that. I'll give them that little something something. They had giant moving screens that they could broadcast things over. But that's not a movie theater. We've gathered all the information there is to gather. Should we go take on those monsters now? Yeah. Hold on. Let me do one more check. Yeah, let's go to the Auber district. Finally go ahead and see Agnes's stomping grounds. They contacted the rest of the group and agreed to meet with them at the nearest subway station. They then rode the train together to the Auber district. Yeah. Oh, check it out. All together again. Capital of Calvard, Edith, 5th District, Auber. Whoa! That cathedral is huge! That's Edith Cathedral. It's the second largest cathedral in all of Calvard. The biggest one's up north, right? Wait. They're all wearing the same uniform as Agnes! Is that your school? That it is. That's Hermes Academy. I've never experienced the whole school life thing, so I'm kind of jealous that you get to. Really? Judith was a Sunday school girl? But I guess Phantom Thievery doesn't pay all that much. It's a really famous school, too. I considered applying myself at one point. Huh. If there are any more out-of-this-world students like that purple-haired chick, I bet it'd be a fun time. Ren is a rather special case, I'm afraid. I also suspect our math and science curriculums will be too easy for someone who helps out at the Institute of Science like you, Katra. Let's switch our brains to work mode, people. We can access the abandoned subway line from a side road next to the cathedral, correct? Yes, that's right. I'll show you the way. She's already fully aware of it? Interesting. But I'm sure she's never done anything dangerous. Andalusia. That building further down the road is our dormitory, and this one next to us is a famous cake shop. Yep, this is the famous Andalusia Patisserie. It's owned by a legendary patissier who's a master of his craft, and whose limited edition seasonal cakes are always the talk of the town. Something something work mode brains? The cakes you guys let me try have all been amazing, so I'm not surprised they're famous. Nina's bought me some stuff from there too, and I couldn't agree more. Perhaps we can treat ourselves to some cakes on our way back to the office when this task is complete. I mean, oh, I was about to say we're gonna go there right friggin' now. God dang it. Oh well. Not gonna give us the opportunity to explore Auber? That's okay. We'll be back. Oh, this is where Auber District abandoned subway line. We've driven through here. This place sure is creepy. I never knew there was a railway under this city. It probably hasn't seen any use in over a decade. That's correct, actually. Records indicate it was abandoned 12 years ago when the subway was expanded. It has been left untouched ever since. And thanks to that, it's become a nesting ground for monsters. This is a good find. I'll be sure to make good use of this place when I'm doing my heists. Yeah! I'm still a little puzzled as to why we were sent down here, particularly at a time like this. Renee's gotta be keeping us out of his hair. They're carrying on like it's business as usual. It pisses me off. I think there's more to this case than it seems. Oh, maybe he's trying to give us a clue on the low. Oh! Dead monsters? Whoa, somebody's already down here stealing our friggin' thunder! Those are clean cuts. Whoever did this is clearly a master of their craft. There's no way they're gonna introduce our final party member this early, is there? I wonder who it was. Could be a rival from another field, I guess. Either way, the CID gave us a job, so let's get it done. I see what's going on. The monster's supposed to be a fair way inside, so let's pick up the pace. Are we being pit against somebody? Okay, this might be some brand of test. Like, we're being pit against... Uh-oh. We're being pit against somebody else to see who can complete this request to the president's satisfaction the fastest. Uh-oh. Where's the... Oh, okay, right here. Ooh. Definitely did not want to miss that. God dang it. Okay, well... It was worth it. Taking 2,500 points of damage. We'll be alright. Then... onto the tracks themselves for our next bounty. Gold amulet. Actually, it looks like things progress from here. Can we get over there? Where's that item at? It looks like it might be on a separate elevation.
Oh, looks like a chest.
Yeah. Okay, it's on the other side of this thing. But no wonder they abandoned it. They abandoned it, section parts off. Definitely didn't want people,
You're too far from the enemy.
Oh, okay, I'm like, do we have to break something down in order to get over there? But no. We just have to duck back once we're done. But yes, currently that's my running theory, but the only question now could be,
looks like some
who are they pitting us against? Because again, I don't think it's our final party member. I do think it's a little too early for him to show up.
I suggest physical attacks for now.
In which case,
You're a rowdy crowd, aren't you?
it might be, if Rosette knows, then maybe we're getting put against Qasim's group, Chestiny. So we've got opened up probably, I don't know, probably 200, 100, 200 chests, something like that. Someone else, or maybe a Jaeger Corps. But it would have to be someone they'd specifically want to test against us, because a Jaeger Corps with the amount of personnel they've got. We shall see, I guess, in the end.
I dig the vibe of this place. Visiting abandoned ruins is kind of fun to me. Weird as that sounds.
You aren't the only one. There's been a recent uptick in people frequenting these sorts of places.
Ooh. Yeah, much to the chagrin of the guild.
So, Urban Expo is becoming more and more popular, which, you know, makes sense. There's a lot of places. Oh my gosh. Like, Zemuria has so many interesting places to explore, as long as your level is high enough, because it'll go from a dream to a nightmare real quick on you. Is this further in? Okay, well, clearly something is going to prevent us from going down that way, and it's going to send us this way, because we can go... Oh, no. So it's just like with that chest. However, we're meant to proceed. We gotta get over there. Oh, it's there. Okay, I see. But yeah, I think Caldia Limestone Tunnel, it's definitely somewhere I would like to visit. But you couldn't go there without guild escort, so it kind of takes a lot of the fun out of the exploration part. Because you know the guild, the friggin' killjoys they are, they're not going to let you really get into. They probably wouldn't even let you take any of the glowing rocks. So, that does come part with it. And I guess where in Crossbell would I like to go? Ooh, definitely one of the towers. Honestly, either one would probably be fine. So one of the towers would...
I smell treasure.
But it'd be the same thing. You couldn't go there without the SSS or bracer.
There are even more monster corpses here. Who's doing all this?
I see splash marks everywhere. Could it be her? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm getting worried.
Her? Slash marks? Elaine! It's Elaine! She's down here taking it out on these monsters.
That hits the spot.
Alright, well, I was completely wrong. Definitely need to save. It would be interesting if we have to fight Elaine here, but if we do, it'll probably be in a letting off steam sort of way more than anything else. Whoa, Alvis and Elaine. Okay, there she is. Why is he?
Elaine! I'm going to need you to fall back, Alvis. I'll take care of these.
What? No! That's too much to handle, even for you.
Does he not know who Beauty's Blade is? Look at that. Damn. She's incredible. I recognize her. She's one of the guild's A-rank bracers, right? Knew it. And that's why Renee gave us this request, because he knew that we would be able to help out Elaine and what she's going through. Huh? What are you guys doing here? I'm glad you're all right, Alvis. You can hang back for this one. We'll make sure she comes out of this unscathed. Honestly, it sounds like she's working these things. And yes, Judith and I are going to team up with Elaine. The rest of you take on the other one. Understood. Leave it to us. Or, leave it to us. Is that going to be necessary? Look at her go! Oh my 80os. She's really going all out. I've heard rumors about Beauty's Blade's strength, but they don't do her justice. You sure she needs backup? Maybe not, but she's throwing caution to the wind here. And I don't like it. Not one bit. Did she know somebody in Creil? Elaine, we're here to help! It's no use. She's completely absorbed in her fight. What's the plan? I don't think we can just jump into the fray.
You're hopeless, Van. It's a good thing I'm here to babysit you. You'd be a lost cause without me.
Well.
Shut up, Lainey! And what do you mean by babysit? I'm older than you!
Oh.
Ah, you two are such children. I suppose it's up to me to teach you how to behave.
Laney, he used to have like...
Get a grip, Laney!
Van? Why are you...
Is this an off day or something? Your blade works sloppy and you're totally oblivious to your surroundings. Now look over there.
Yeah, Alvis was about to get worked.
My assistants have that one on lock, so we'll lend you a hand here.
Fine then.
She's about to make... She's gonna definitely make him pay for that Laney thing. Alright. She will...
Activating drive.
Alright. Power stomp. Whoa. And that hit us with the delay, so this chrono drive is none too shabby.
Here goes.
That aura breath. Alright.
Here goes.
Use a sharp piece to get the
Veggie smoothie. Cures ailments in general. Alright, well. We don't need to, but the gourmet points.
Here goes. Time for the main.
One of these.
Here goes.
And then a second one of these. Right.
Thanks, pal.
Now Elaine, giant beast howl. Oh, but no healing.
My move now.
Doesn't Elaine's not Elaine. Judith, she's got like all cancel or removes buffs. One of her things removes buffs. Twilight Kiss, which costs 60. Barely too little.
Do you mind, Elaine?
Regulus Caliber, which will absolutely clean her out EP wise. Lohengrin.
Keep it up. It's working.
Side attack bonus. Alright, let's do this. Resist.
I'll take you on.
She is, yeah, she's gonna have to keep aura breathing us. Ooh.
I owe you one.
And we'll have her. It's only got 2 more turns left of that, but let's see what Bewitch does. All cancel, yep, alright, well. So that's extremely powerful, which is why it's so costly. Oh, what does Bewitch do? Does it prevent it from using skills or something?
Thanks, pal.
Interesting. Massive frame. Is that supposed to be massive flame? You know what? These games have more text in them than the friggin' Bible, so F-ups like that are fine.
Taking point.
Let's have her swap over to Van.
Engaging skill.
Swordbreaker. And she's got a bit more in the tank.
Engaging skill. Boost
Ooh, 14,000. And of course, Knights of Hysteria is really good. Gotta go back to her.
Now or never.
Which B+, 2 B pluses. So we'll delay and blind.
Your turn, Judith.
So that's. Whoa. Okay, that was barely anything.
Focus unleashed.
Ooh, and Van is close to being able to get his. There we go. She's pretty reliably strength downing this thing. I need to, okay, I've definitely been slacking on putting stronger arts on her. Stunned. And who's Van still? And in he goes. Almost got it. And if everybody else just goes in, yeah.
Sucker.
What about? Yeah, we'll just attack. Yeah, we're just about there. There we go. I feel like Elaine could have handled that, though. She's not too much stronger than we are. Found Crimson. Whew. We made short work of that one. Are you guys all right? Listen, I know the incident in Creil came as a shock. It did for us all. But you can't lose your cool like this. An A-rank bracer's gotta be calm and composed even when the going gets rough. Who do you think you're... Yeah, she's hurting big time. Take some deep breaths. Everything's gonna be fine. There'll be trying times ahead, sure, but we'll get through them. Just gotta take things one step at a time. And that goes for everyone here, not just you and me.
I know that. I know that! I'm trying so hard to stay calm.
So what is it specifically about, like, is it just in general? But it can't be. There's gotta be something more specific about Creil being blown up that's affecting her like this.
But even still, No, I couldn't protect them. I'm supposed to be a beacon of strength for the people, and I failed them.
Okay, so it is just, she feels like she should have been able to prevent it. Yeah. Honestly, I wonder if Dingo had told her, would she have been able to fight him to a standstill or something? Fight Dante's to a standstill.
If only I didn't let that man escape back in Longport. No, even before that. If I just hadn't...
Elaine. Sounds like you're bottling something up. If you need someone to lend an ear, I'm here for you.
Are you really?
Oh.
Then tell me, Van. Why did you leave me?
Dang. She's been holding that one in for years. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. We defeated both of our targets, and we may not have done so without your timely aid. I apologize for how I treated you back there, Alvis. You fought admirably. Elaine... I'm going to take my leave now. I still have other work to do. I'll make certain you get compensated for your portion of the work. Is he going to answer? The loss of Dingo Brad was nothing short of a tragedy. There were times when he beat us to the punch, but his intelligence proved indispensable on a number of occasions. Same for me too. Yeah, Dingo is definitely... Can you imagine if Dingo turned out to not be dead after all of this emotional pathos? If you can, try and keep an eye on that Tyrell Times reporter. She's getting dangerously close to the criminal underworld, and she doesn't seem to be taking any of my warnings to heart. Now, she's feeling like us. She wants to get them all. She wants to burn all that stuff down. Alvis, we're leaving. Wait! She's just as strong as everyone claims. But I'm a little worried about her now. What could have compelled her to be so reckless in that fight? Also, okay, so yes, she also thinks it might not just be the Creil thing. Well, I guess we know why that presidential aide sent us down here. So what's next? Should we go check up on that reporter? That might be prudent. If she is closing in on the criminal underworld, then she can only be headed to one place, the Blacklight District. The so-called Blacklight District, correct? Yeah, if she's there, we gotta drag her out. That place is crawling with criminals of all shapes and sizes. Wonder how she found out about that place, though. Dingo never would have told her about it or shared its location with her. Well, there's more than one way to crack an egg. Right, she could have found out from some of her other connections. I'm worried about her. Then let's find her. Can't hurt to check and see if she's alright. Yeah, I agree. Marielle is definitely doing her own kind of spiraling. We should head straight there. There's no time to waste.
Well done, everyone.
So we got that set. Ooh. Hit rank 3 on Law? No, we're still a bit away from that. Gray rank 4? Alright. I did want my Gray to be ahead of everything else, but I didn't want Law to be so far behind. Yeah, let's go to the Blacklight District. Yeah. Is this gonna be Renee? Oh, it's Judith! Okay.
Huh? That is you, isn't it, Judith? Did you dye your hair?
Shouldn't Nina, Master of Disguise Fenley, be able to see through this instantly? Judith, you're still in disguise! Nope, nothing like that. See, I was just trying out a new wig, that's all. What's up, Nina? I did tell you I won't be back for a while, didn't I?
You did, but Mr. Gotti insisted that I get in touch with you right away.
Did something happen over in Tharbad?
He's pushing the whole film industry to release a statement and make a donation in response to Creil.
Oh, wow. That's really cool of him, actually. I see. I'm a little tied up, so I can't do anything right this second, I'm afraid. Can I call you back tonight?
Of course. Take care and talk to you later then.
You too. Thanks. That's a big surprise coming from the director.
Doesn't feel like him, but maybe he's the type to take action when shit hits the fan.
Indeed, he strikes me as not only a passionate man, but a compassionate one as well.
For sure.
Well, I'm with him. I'm not going to let this tragedy stand, not as someone in the film industry or as a thief. We're absolutely going to take Almata down for this, but we have to know what we're up against if we're going to protect all we can. Exactly. I couldn't agree more.
I can't help but worry about her sometimes. She's a little too single-minded for her own good.
Right, how did you forget that you were wearing a disguise?
Though I suppose that's why she's the genuine article. Unlike me.
You won the Leon d'Or, what are you talking about?
Hello? Any news to report?
Uh-oh, I knew it! I friggin' knew it!
I see. So that's where the filming will be taking place. Just as we thought.
I knew it! They didn't reveal it then, but I was like, there's no way Nina's not evil!
The only question now is who the final cast will be. You don't have long until the shoot begins, it seems.
I knew it! She's definitely with Almata. The legend of heroes trails through Daybreak. She's been too prominent, but also too separated from everything. Back here. I never would have imagined there was a place like this in Edith before coming here. I'm not surprised. And is it just me, or does this district seem even more on edge than usual? It makes sense that it would be. I imagine a number of secret agents are down here investigating after what happened. I'd assume so too. This may be the closest thing Edith has to a lawless district, but the authorities can't afford to turn a blind eye right now.
Well, I guess we should snoop around the shops and see if anyone's seen that reporter anywhere.
Yeah, let's get moving. This feels like... Feels like what? The calm before the storm or something? Or... Now, has anybody's inventory changed? No.
I'll be seeing you.
So we'll start here, I guess.
What are you doing?
Did you hear that? Found her already. Yeah, I knew it. Oh! Wait, aren't they like...
Let go of me! I said, let go!
You were the one who started piling on the questions. Nothing in life comes free, young lady.
Now we get to enjoy our rightful reward. Hey, come on. What the heck? Someone needs to go back to Sunday school, because that sure doesn't sound like the definition of rightful to me. And just who the hell are you guys? What do you mean? That's crazy. These guys are wild. Arkwright Solutions! She really was down here. And those people, are those people Jaegers? I don't think so. That getup they're wearing looks familiar though. I think their name is Bugbear? Oh, never heard of them. Ah, them. Their threat level is a mere C-. So Bugbear aren't Jaegers, but they're still uniformed. Hey! You looking for a fight, lady? Man, this sucks. We were gonna take advantage of the mess Almata's made to finally get our name out there. But all this state of emergency crap has got us stuck where we are, and it's pissing me off.
Wow, what a bunch of losers. No wonder they're called Jaeger dropouts. Okay, so they are Jaeger dropouts.
I'm sure they've still seen enough combat to be a problem, though.
Huh. I only just realized, but they've got some real lookers with them, too.
Guess we'll get to have some fun after we show them who's boss. These guys are crazy!
Ugh, this is so dumb.
Time to take them down! No one, like, we definitely know that type of behavior is not tolerated among Jaegers. Whew, almost got us. And he'll... I guess he'll hit the La Forte so that she can aura breath. Once his thing goes off... Not sure why it was taking him so long, though. One of these. Oh, already got him. There we go. 4 in a row.
That's how it goes.
Ooh, Aerial Buster has been upgraded to Raging Buster. Even though I basically never use my crafts. Now that was just pathetic. Their threat level is closer to a D or D-, it would seem. Damn it! I thought these guys were just a bunch of rookies! Ugh, fine. Have it your way. Reinforcements coming in! Oh, wow. Okay. Doggies? No. Of course they have military monsters at their beck and call. It's not going to be easy fighting off this many while defending her. So, so now they might introduce our final party member. Looks like the tables have turned, huh? It figures, though. These days, Calvert's full of wusses who are so used to peace they've forgotten how to fight. I bet Hayway would just roll over too. Maybe we should try getting ourselves hired by the new big boys in town. What? How can you suggest that? Do you even understand what you're saying?
Hayway would just roll over, would they?
Oh, is that Gian? Why is he here? Huh? Wait. Gian? Oh. Insta-dropped them. What just happened?
Well, you aren't putting up much of a fight. Perhaps you ought to consider hanging up the Jaeger's uniform if you cannot act the part.
Those are... Hayway Shangshao. I've heard rumors, but never seen them in person. Their strength is supposed to be comparable to hers. Hers being, Yin. Don't be scared. We still have the upper hand in numbers. Yeah, deploy all the military monsters.
So that you don't misunderstand, we are not the main threat you face here.
It's still us, right? What? Yes, it is him. Okay, and of course he fights barehanded. Ow!
That is a shame. Your prowess is sorely lacking.
Isn't that the guy we passed on the way to Longlai? Oh, the one on that giant Etwas bike. Yeah. Whoa.
I must apologize. I see I overdid it some.
Aw.
Oh, I did restrain myself. That's a good boy. No trouble caused, no trouble faced. So then, what will the rest of you be doing?
Excuse us, sir. We're leaving now. So who is this guy? Can't top real life for the best visual effects, huh? He sent both man and monster flying through the air.
I would expect no less from the famed lion. Your strength only seems to have grown since your active days.
Of course they would know each other, but they've probably fought because I'm sure Gian is very practiced in hand-to-hand combat as well.
I no longer go by that name, and I would very much appreciate you forgetting it.
So that means we're going to be hearing it quite a lot then.
Thank you for leading me here, Elder.
Elder?
Not at all. That wasn't the only reason I came here. And I'm sure, with circumstances as they are, that I am going to be relying on you significantly in the days to come.
He's connected to... Well, everybody's connected to Hayway.
I see.
It's good to see you all again. I hadn't expected we would meet so soon upon my arrival.
He must have only just barely gotten here in time then. Ugh. Can't believe two old codgers rolled right up and hogged all the limelight. But what are you even doing here?
Our course of action has been decided, you see.
So Heiyue has come to a conclusion.
Heiyue's response to currently unfolding events.
So your preparations are complete then?
Indeed. The mists have cleared, and we have exactly the number of pieces that we require. Until the matter has been fully resolved, we will also be assuming control of the Blacklight District.
Can they just do that? It's not like there was anybody specifically running things here, but...
That is in accordance with our agreement with this nation's supreme authority.
Okay, because I was about to say, so the president gave them the go-ahead. Then the president signed off on this? And what do you mean by the mists have cleared?
It's time you decided your next move. Though I would suggest you listen to what my friend here has to say before doing so. Farewell for now, Aaron. I will be in touch.
Okay, you know what? They definitely do need Heiyue around to keep people like Bugbear from doing what they were planning on doing. Hey! Man, didn't think he'd come all this way in person. Van's probably still in Longport, but now I really want to know what the pieces he mentioned refer to. Are you all right, Van? He recognizes the guy.
Yep, this is him, all right. This is how he's always been.
That's not Barkhorn, is it?
He looks normal on the surface, yet everything he does is batshit crazy.
There's no way! Barkhorn looks completely different.
Like wandering off with some stupid, dangerous object back when he was younger.
That certainly brings back memories. Yet I have discarded my past now, and I would ask that you discard it as well.
We saw his grave and everything!
My old greenhorn student, Van.
That cannot be Barkhorn.
This is Van's former master? The one he said was like a father to him?
But wasn't he...
I've got more to say than there are stars in the sky. But let me start with this. Why are you still alive when you supposedly died 3 years ago? Master Barkhorn!
What the heck? We visited his grave! The Legend of Heroes trails through Daybreak, and Barkhorn looks completely different back in Erebonia, didn't he? Bergard Zeman, what the heck?
Bergard Zeman, though I was once known by another name.
Okay, so that's not... Okay, so they do get monikers when they join the Septium Church and become, Was he even in that position? But it's not a completely new name. Bergard Zeman.
I see you have brought quite a number of fledglings under your wing, Van. Very interesting.
Not as interesting as the dead man who's back from the grave. Mind sharing how you manage that?
That is a very long story. Another time, perhaps.
What the heck?
Hard to believe it's already been 5 years. Even harder to believe you're the same troublemaker I once knew.
I'm sure Gaius would go absolutely crazy to see him too.
And that those same words of wisdom would come from your mouth, no less. I see you are living in accordance with your own principles.
But then, he taught Gaius spearmanship, so why is he fighting hand to hand? Please, I didn't do anything. I just echoed the words of a much wiser man. And is my man being bashful? Never thought I'd see the day. It's certainly a rare sight. It's rather cute, to be honest. Don't shove it! Well, you did do a good job putting Marielle at ease. Yes, I think you helped her regain some of her old spirit. Right, because that's the main reason we went down there.
I'm so sorry for all the trouble I caused you.
She? Okay, well, okay, she's calmed down, which is a lot faster than I thought it was going to happen, but...
I'm such an idiot. I just got tunnel vision and let myself get all carried away. Dingo always warned me about this. But look at me. I haven't learned a thing.
Marielle, I was really rooting for the two of them.
Well, I ain't gonna tell you not to push the envelope. That's in a reporter's job description. Just make sure you don't forget what Dingo said. Think about what you can do and what you want to do. You'll find a clue on how to move forward in the gap between the two.
He used to tell me that a lot back when we first met. As long as you don't stop thinking, there's gonna be a way to bridge that gap. You just gotta find it. We're working on his last request right now. We won't be able to do it alone, but we're planning to make up for our shortcomings with help from others. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if that brought us to you before long. We'll need help from more than shady folks. So keep your head high, and let's all do the jobs we're best for, if nothing else than to prove his words right.
Right. I don't know how much of a contribution I'll be able to make.
I'm sure she's gonna turn into a superstar reporter.
But I'll start being more mindful of my cans and wants. And I'll do it while finding a way to move forward.
So she's gonna be able to fill his shoes quite nicely. Those words were quite touching. Very befitting of you, and of Mr. Brad. Yeah, they resonated deeply with me as well. Thinking about the gap between what I can do and what I want to do is an interesting thought experiment, if nothing else. Can we please move on from this topic? Oh yeah, I should let my employees introduce themselves. Agnes, you go first. Gladly. My name is, and of course Barkhorn will be more than acquainted with literally everybody here. Oh, no, I thought he was going to cut in and say he already knows. He's huge! Wow, that's quite a history. Honestly, I had trouble keeping up with it all. See, it's not just me! Oh my god, everybody has so much backstory, it's enough to fill a freaking novel! And they are not shy about referencing it either. So you're among the 12 knights who led the church's Gralsritter. I've heard much about your various exploits, Roaring Lion. It's a famous name in a lot of circles, so it's not surprising. Whoa! A straight up picture of all of them!
Once again, that name is no longer mine. I would ask that you keep that in mind.
So somebody else has taken his place in the Gralsritter, but they just, okay, there was at least one face there that I wasn't familiar with. Now we know why we passed you on the way to Longley. So you arranged our invitation there? And I'm guessing a few others played a part in that as well. Namely, Professor Hamilton, Haley's future elder, the Crown Prince of Elsheim, and former President Rocksmith. Am I correct? How expensive are these tickets?
Bullseye. I happen to be acquainted with all of them, including the Grand Prince of Elsheim and Elder Guillen.
That's extremely unsurprising for him. He was very high up in a very secretive circle, so.
The former president was anxious to make your acquaintance, and I believe meeting him would prove to be beneficial for your future. Though it pains me that a well-intentioned invitation coincided with such a horrific tragedy.
Yeah, normally that's when S hits the F. Hey, it's not like you could have seen that one coming. Even if we hadn't been in Longley, we would have been powerless to stop it regardless. Yeah, the only one who could have foretold that would be the goddess herself. Anyway, I knew you'd gone off to the Empire after you finished training me 5 years ago. Then I heard you bit the dust during a border dispute in Nord. They said you laid down your life protecting one of your students. But here you are, alive and well. You cheated death and carried on living, just without your title and mark. Wait, how is that even? You can lose your mark? He must have okay, I hadn't even considered that. Won't pry into what you've been doing all these years, but
can you at least tell me why you never contacted me? Or why you never contacted Gaius?
Before I answer, I should note that you were not the only one in the dark.
It was literally everybody, right?
I did not reach out to my other students either, and I never intended to do so. I wanted you all to walk your own paths, and I intended to leave my survival a secret, a trump card that I could pull out in the wake of a crisis.
If he died 5 years ago, there's a bunch of different crises that he would have been extremely helpful in. Guessing you figured it was time to play that card then, to help us with this crisis.
Correct. I have news regarding the Mafia Almata and the assassins of the Gardens. Their whereabouts were discovered several hours ago.
Oh, he does bring a nice big gift. What? Where?
Almata's leader and executives, as well as the Garden's overseers, have established a new base, and it is located in a city within this very country.
Naturally.
What's more, that information has been passed around to all the major players in this nation.
So we're the last to know? Wait, all of them? Wait, okay, so if Almata and the Gardens have been discovered by all the major players, it would basically, we'd basically be able to drop another meal mirage on their heads. Guess that means the army, the police, and the guild are all in the know. I assume Heiue and other Jaeger Corps are also aware of this new base?
Yes. I imagine they are all preparing to take action at this very moment.
Oh my gosh, the retaliation is going to be biblical.
This country's supreme authority is no exception. They have resolved to quell the unfolding chaos.
Can't let those nukes go unaccounted for.
And they will do so by any means necessary, even if that involves fighting one evil with another.
Are we going to nuke them? So that's what Gian was talking about earlier. I'm sure many Jaeger Corps will be all over this, my people included. Marduk HQ will likely be making their move as well. You can't be serious! All of these groups are going to flood the city at once? So where do you stand in all this, Master? By the sounds of it, these people are going to try to capture Almata alive, or go after their heads. Some might even be aiming to get their grubby little hands on one of those nuclear devices. That would be really bad. I'm sure the president is very interested in recovering the nukes. Granted, I don't know how likely that is. Just having one of those things will make you public enemy number one. It ain't a stretch, though. There's plenty of historical precedent for groups using artifacts as weapons. So, given the stakes, what are you planning to do?
As it stands, I am effectively dead. If the people of my former home decide to act, I will not join them, nor stand in their way.
Man, you've got to get over that mentality if you're going to join Arkwright Solutions.
However, now that the gift of life has been bestowed upon me once more, I intend to honor it by supporting the youths whose futures are so bright.
So he's going to just, whatever we decide, he'll go along with?
And also, to keep them safe from venomous fiends, like these unwanted guests of yours.
There's no way. Someone found us? Uh-oh. Is it... the Genesis is reacting? Barkhorn was able to sense them even faster than the Genesis? Or anybody else in this room, for that matter. What? And the knocking is growing more insistent. Hey, we're busy in here. Frage will have to come back another day.
That's so. What a shame.
It's Dante's himself?
And after we came all this way to give you a job. And a little souvenir from your reporter friend.
That's crazy! He's laughing at us, having a grand old time at our expense. Fine.
Get in here.
Knew that'd reel you in. Thanks, bud.
Do excuse us.
Oh, no. It's the people we saw at the strip club. Okay, because I was about to say. Yeah. So they must be garden execs themselves, too.
I recognize you two. It's the shady duo from that nightclub in Tharbad. I also met you back in Longlai.
Yep.
Oh, you recognized me after all?
Nice to finally meet you all, ladies and gentlemen of Arkride Solutions. Oh, now there's a face I never thought I'd see again.
And of course, people. Well, I'm gonna say I was gonna be surprised people would instantly start clocking Barkhorn, but like, I'm sure he fought a whole lot of strong people during his time as a Gralsritter. So.
Oh, neither did I. Tell me, what's a dead man doing out of his coffin?
I was granted life once more, and I don't need to tell you the reason why, because you already know.
No need to give us the death glare, you old fossil. We've traded many friendly blows in the past, haven't we?
No surprise he's fought them.
Why don't we bury the hatchet? Let's be like the Jaegers. Embrace yesterday's foe as today's friend.
For now.
I'm afraid I'll have to decline. Had the Azure Abyss or the late Steel Maiden made the suggestion, I would have entertained the thought.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We basically did everything but go-kart with those people. They would try to kill us one day and then we'd be buddy-buddy the next.
Not for you, though. Never in a million years.
He's got your number, dear. No one will ever reconcile with you. And for that, you've no one to blame but yourself.
His eyes are kind of reminding me of McBurn.
You're on thin ice. But your words are laced with the truth, venomous though they are.
So, what's his deal?
I get it now. You're the guy that Direwolf and Ren warned us about.
You're part of Ouroboros then, are they? And one of their highest ranking members at that. Okay. So they're enforcers. Fourth Anguis! Harwood, the Thousand Oath.
The name's Elroy Harwood. I'm the fourth Anguis.
Whoa!
But you can just call me the Oathbreaker. Everyone does.
Alright, and of course, you definitely don't want to let bygones be bygones with the Oathbreaker. Enforcer number...
I am enforcer number 3. Lucrezia Isoli.
The Golden Butterfly.
I'm delighted to make your acquaintance. Arkride Solutions.
So, she's the Empress Arcana. Which fits, very much. Hey, put that away. This is a smoke-free building. Who's gonna make him, Van?
Really now? Very well. I promise I won't smoke in here.
Oh, so agreeable.
Ooh, accidentally went and made an oath there. And I can't afford to keep those.
Oh, well, hey.
I've got a reputation and a title to uphold, you see. Gotta break an oath or two from time to time.
From time to time? You break oaths and rules as easily as you breathe.
And yet, he's still working with Ouroboros. But that whole contradictions are the only thing that they run on.
True.
But that would genuinely tick me off. Somebody smoking inside. But I mean, I could make
Anyway, on to business. I want you to go on a little trip for me.
Is there any reason why we should be entertaining this? Are you for real? You're joking.
What? You're not up for it?
Taking a request from literally Ouroboros?
Strange. I thought I heard you took work from anyone.
That's actually not the case. We explained in the Blacklight District how that's not the case. Yeah, if the work's reasonable, and if I like you, and your likability is going up in smoke faster than that tobacco and that cigar. I know you guys are after Almata. Hell, you probably know where they're at too. But before we ask you where that is, I need to know why you've come to us.
You gotta be kidding me. Do I really gotta spell it out?
I would like to hear you say it, yes.
It's 'cause you kids will make things way more fun.
So he just wants us to be a monkey wrench thrown into all this business. Fun? How can you even say that? There's nothing fun about this whole ordeal. Don't waste your energy on this guy. He isn't someone you can appeal to with logic or reason.
The Society has already decided its course of action for this whole thing, and I'm leading the charge.
Alright, so we can't expect it to make much sense.
Enforcer number 3 will be backing me up, and so will Enforcer number 8, who you already know so well.
And 8 would make him the Chariot, I believe.
The goal's to round up the members of Almata and the Gardens, and murder every last one of them.
Dang! See, but Ouroboros was never, Ouroboros was never this, bloodthirsty, even for people who were actively trying to stop their plans from coming to fruition. But you drop one nuke. You drop one nuke in a completely different country, and all of a sudden it's all-out war. I see. And you ain't doing so in the name of justice, I'm guessing. They just can't stomach anybody being more powerful than them.
Nope. Had they kept to their little dog and pony shows, we wouldn't lay a finger on them. Honestly, I rather enjoyed kicking back and watching them wreak havoc. But they've become a threat to our plans now, and we can't have that. If those little bugs want to punch above their weight, then we'll crush them beneath our feet.
Though no doubt it will be easier said than done.
And so, what? We're gonna just do the light work for you?
They're both troublesome and insidious, and some rather formidable guests will be joining their party.
Right. You will have some fierce competition.
Everyone's got different aims here. Some want them brought to justice. Some want them dead and buried. Heiue will surely be joining the fray, and I'll bet the Jaeger Corps will be after their bounty. I'm guessing Marduk HQ will be there too, yeah?
So, that's where Qasim enters the fray. More than likely.
The guild won't stand idly by either. Same goes for the Gralsritter. Artifacts are involved in this after all. And I wouldn't be surprised if other forces from the church showed up as well.
All right. You got students in other parts of the church, not just the Gralsritter.
Other students in other parts of the church? Because he's saying there's other people in other than Gaius? Alright, well I guess we'll meet them then.
Things are gonna get interesting then. Must be tough being a master. I don't envy you.
If that is what fate has in store, then I will follow it. You needn't concern yourself with me.
Regardless, that should serve as the basic overview of the situation. Almata and the Gardens will not be the only sources of mischief in that city. One wrong move and the whole affair could turn into an indiscriminate bloodbath. So someone ought to keep an eye on the little guys, don't you think?
And you know what? I hadn't thought of that. With so many different groups, with so many different aims, with so many different agendas, all in the same spot, all vying for the same thing. Yeah. In other words, civilians might get killed, and you aren't gonna look after them. You guys are scum. Still, if Almata really does have another nuclear weapon in their possession, we have no other choice but to get involved.
You can use whatever justification you want. I don't really care why you join, just so long as you do. Because if you don't, this whole thing will be a snooze cruise from start to finish. I need you kiddos to prevent this battle from being too one-sided.
Are we gonna take a page out of Class 7's CS2 playbook and be a third force? The hell do you mean by that?
The guild's the only one in this brawl that's going to be fighting for the common man. If we add you to the mix, however, it'll make for a more balanced blend. A recipe that's made for chaos. Oh, and should you happen to run into us, I'd like you to come at me knives out and ready to cut me into a million little pieces.
So he's going to pay us to try to take his life if the opportunity presents itself?
I'm very much into that sort of thing.
This guy's a freak! But that's a prerequisite for being in Ouroboros, I guess. Huh. You are one masochistic bastard. Well, we've got our reasons for chasing Almata down, so I'm not opposed to doing this on the side. But first, I need to get one thing straight. I have a hunch you guys have some connection to either Almata or the Gardens. So spill it. What kind of relationship does Ouroboros have with them?
Huh. Well, it isn't a close one, if that's what you're wondering. We haven't exactly been keeping in touch as of late. But your hunch is on point. We do have a connection with the Gardens.
One that basically didn't exist until, I guess, Falcom decided to invent the Gardens in the previous game. Is that surprising?
You see, the two of us were once part of the Order of the Moonlight Horse.
Whoa!
An organization of assassins.
Now that's a deep freaking cut. We haven't heard of those jokers since Cold Steel 3.
14 years ago, Ouroboros destroyed the Order.
Wait, what?
But they extended a hand to the two of us and brought us into the fold.
So, I don't remember that, but are they not acquainted with a third? There should be a third member of the Order of the Moonlight Horse that they're associated with. But okay, Ouroboros has a history of crushing other secret societies then.
Although they did not do the same for many of its other members. The society is a small group of elites, and they only accept the best and brightest.
And so they were in the Order 14 years back. And that would have been, dang. Estelle's mother was still alive back then.
Fortune had not abandoned them, however. Shortly after, another villainous group was nearly wiped out in a major operation.
Is this villainous group going to get a name?
My companion here herded the lost sheep of both groups and let them form their own flock.
So, the remnants of the Order of the Moonlight Horse and this other villainous group created the Gardens? Wait, you don't mean...
Huh. Has it already been 14 years? Time sure flies when you're having fun. And the society has offered me a wealth of entertainment.
From the data available to Marduk, there is only one operation that matches her story. I really hope it ain't the one I'm thinking of. Please tell me the group y'all are talking about isn't...
It's exactly as you think. The DG cult.
Oh. So wait, I thought we got rid of DG.
You know the ones. The devil worshippers that spread chaos across the Republic and the continent as a whole.
No way. I've heard about those fiends from Sal. And I heard about them from my Grammy.
I brought the remnants of the Moonlight Horse and the DG cult together and set them loose on the world.
For no purpose at all?
That's how the Gardens were created. They find seeds that are scattered by the wind and grow them into fresh assassins that are ripe for the picking.
And Ouroboros just let this? Why would Ouroboros just let this happen after destroying the Order of the Moonlight Horse?
Had I left them alone, the founding members would have rotted away, and their budding talent would have died on the vine.
And so, I guess that is consistent with Ouroboros's Ouroboros' MO of letting its members actively work against them.
But by mixing the leftovers of the cult and the order, I created a chemical reaction more potent than my wildest imagination could have conjured. I gave that one domino a little push, and look at all the tragedies and pain that befell the world.
I mean, he says all of the tragedies and stuff that befell the world, but it took a couple games for the DG cult, and then a couple more games for the Order of the Moonlight Horse to be relevant at all. So he's only culpable for like a 10% of it? 10% of it that we're aware of or had any involvement in. How could you? So this is all your fault! I take back what I said earlier. You aren't just a masochistic bastard. You're also a sadistic monster.
Can't say you're wrong. My colleagues, like the Wellspring Alchemist and the Professor, never go far enough for my tastes. But that's humanity for you. No one's the same. We've all got our own desires that make us tick.
So yeah, he is definitely this game's McBurn. Yeah, and those things that make you tick just so happen to tick me off. I get what you want us to do, though. It also comes at the perfect time, given Dingo's last request. Van, I don't like the idea of getting involved with these shitheads, but you might be right. So this gathering will include Marduk, Heiue, the Guild, and many other formidable groups. Loath as I am to admit it, we may require their aid if we are to force our way inside. Surely there's another way. Yeah, I do not want to help a pair of cold-blooded killers.
Oh, you do not need to think of it as helping us. You may instead think of it as entering a mutually beneficial relationship, where our goal is simply to use one another for our own ends.
Are we going to be unable to get to wherever this is without their help?
I can take charge of laying the groundwork for the requests you'll get at the city. Those will keep you plenty busy. I'll even throw in a couple that'll give you a real thrill.
As long as you don't slip a trap or two in him. Yeah, we'll definitely be able to take him at his word, right? The Oathbreaker?
My. They really don't trust you, do they?
Anyway, sounds like we have ourselves a deal. Oh, almost forgot the other reason I came to this little office. Here's that souvenir I mentioned earlier.
Wait, okay, there's no way he was able to recover Dingo's camera, was there? That thing is made of Nintendium! Are you sure it's safe? Right, it should be irradiated to actual heck!
If you're worried about radiation, don't be.
What, was he able to work some kind of orbital magic on it?
The professor, our technical expert, looked into the matter, and he found no traces of it whatsoever.
How? How is that possible? It was at the epicenter of the blast!
The three disciples are probably racking their brains about that mystery this very moment.
Even the game is like, yeah, that doesn't make any type of sense. There's no radioactive contamination. But all of the theories we have suggest... No, wait. Perhaps they don't apply because the bomb was detonated in a non-traditional manner. You know what? Fine. Sure. Let's go with that. The entirety of Creil is a radioactive wasteland, but the camera at the center of the whole thing isn't irradiated because it was blown up in a non-traditional manner. Why the heck not? I'm so lost. You and everybody else, Fairy. Hang on a sec. You nabbed the camera before the authorities locked the scene down? Won't ask how you managed to get there ahead of the cops, because if I heard the answer, you'd be leaving this room with a big old black eye.
Ooh, scary.
It's in our hands now, Dingo.
Guess we'll be off. We wouldn't want to overstay our welcome now, would we? I can hardly wait to see how you And those relics of yours will liven things up.
Not surprising that he knows about those, but oh my, look at how high the ceiling in this room is. He knows about the Genesis? Haven't got a clue what you're on about. So, you gonna tell us where we're going or not?
Why don't you ask the defanged lion? I've done enough talking for one day.
Well then, have a lovely rest of your day.
These guys. Yeah. Whew. Glad you were here, Master. I doubt I would have been able to keep my cool otherwise. Nonsense. You would have handled things just fine on your own. You held your ground well against them. You've grown into a fearless leader in my absence. I think you're giving me too much credit. Alright guys, I'm gonna ask that you all stay here. I'm going solo on this one. That's insane! After hearing all of that, Van really just expects them to sit this one out? Huh? But why? He won't even be able to use the Grendel if Agnes doesn't come. Cause it's too dangerous. This is their turf and everyone there will be playing by their rules. There's no telling what'll happen there. And I can be a lot more flexible if I'm on my own. Oh, but I can make an exception for Master. I figure I'm gonna need his help at least. You figure right. That is precisely why I came in the first place. They're all just going to accept that? Don't get me wrong. I don't think of y'all as a burden. This is just the best division of labor. I'll need you to gather info, be the point of contact for other groups, work with the guild, and... Right, they are not interested in this. They're not paying him any attention whatsoever. Hey!
You done flapping your gums yet? Good, because I stopped listening when I heard the words, "It's too dangerous."
Right, they were not going for that.
I appreciate that you're worried about us. I really do. However...
You need to bring this 13-year-old to the active war zone, Van!
We all have our reasons for wanting to go along with you. Mine is to ensure the nuclear devices can never again be used for malicious means.
Honestly, that's a pretty compelling reason to bring Katra, yeah.
Marduk considers this crisis to be a matter of grave concern, so it is only logical that I also accompany you.
You said it yourself. I'm not even a part-timer here to begin with, which means you can't order me around. I'm a phantom thief, so I'm gonna steal this show whether you like it or not.
Oh! Come on, you guys.
I haven't been stealing my nerves all this time for nothing. I'm not letting anything get between me and my sweet, sweet revenge. Even if you fire me, I'll just hitch a ride with Heiyue instead.
And I'd try to join up with the warriors of Kruga. I would really rather go with everyone here, though. I want to tackle this thing head on, the Spriggan way. Naturally, I would like to accompany you as well.
Right, we need her.
Not just because of the Genesis, though I'll admit that is a factor. More importantly, I feel this conflict is born from the source of Calvard's turmoil, the distortions in the everyday world I know and the underworld. If my feeling is correct, then must see this through to its conclusion. I recognize this may be a harrowing experience for me, but even so, I am determined to confront the harsh realities that lie in wait.
Exactly. Whatever goes down there, it's gonna be life-changing.
So take me with you, Van. Please.
Agnes.
Wow.
Yeah. Somehow I knew it'd end up like this one way or another. Unlucky for you, though, the trouble isn't happening on a weekend or during a school trip. You're gonna have to play hooky. Oh, that's a bit of... She's been getting extremely lucky these past few chapters, though, so...
I know, and I do feel guilty about it. Still, I have a plan in mind, so don't worry.
She gonna have her friendly friends cover for her? Starting to think I'm a bad influence. I'll make sure you get paid in advance. That way you'll have the mirror for the bribes and hush money.
I wasn't planning on going that far.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Armis Academy, you know? You know, they get down over there in the rich people clubs.
Wow, Van's right. He really is a bad influence on you.
Okay then. Now that we've got all that squared away, mind sharing the location of the base?
Yes, where is it?
Right. We need to know where they are so we can kick their sorry butts.
Very well then.
Is it gonna be a place
The base of operations is located in the third largest city in the Republic, as well as its oldest.
Arasion? That's because that would make sense if it's Arasion, because that's where Van, Renee, and Elaine have a lot of history.
It is also the place where the terrorists of Calvert get much of their funding.
Okay. Yeah, see? You keep flashing back to it.
The old city capital, Arasion. That is where they have set the stage for their carnival of chaos.
So, we'll be heading out there. Probably the Legend of Heroes trails through Daybreak. Probably after we give Barkhorn some time to get acclimated to working with us, maybe? Wait, when is this all supposed to go? Wait, what?
Truly well done.
Okay.
There, God Zeman. I may have lost my life once, but that alone would never be enough to stop me.
He's 69. Burgard has joined Arkwright Solutions. Okay, sure. We're gonna go ahead, save, call it a part here, and then definitely join me next time for more of the Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. Bye for now, guys.